Jama with the banger.
What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today?
What's going on, Paris? Long time no see.
Long time no see, no talk, man. This is Jay Gould, everybody. Jakesfunny. Follow him on TikTok, IG, and let's hear a little bit about yourself, dude. What's up?
All right, so my name is Jay Gould, aka at Jay Gould on Instagram, aka Jakesfunny on TikTok, as you said, aka Jake the Snake, aka the runner-up in my third grade spelling bee, aka I don't know why I'm talking a little bit Italian right now, but I kind of like this accent, you know. So I've grown up in LA, lived here my whole life. That's actually how Paris and I know each other, right?
Yep.
You know, we were both part of the same Scientology church.
Yeah, we slapped a little ass on the baseball
Boys
field,
with Tom Cruise.
Well, the funny thing, yeah, we used to remember Paris. We used to play Monopoly night every Sunday at Tom Cruise's house.
He got so mad because he would
Dude.
always go bankrupt, bro. He would always be sent to jail. Never had a get out of jail free card. It was just a horrible time for him. But
he was the guy, like, you couldn't win against it. You had to let him win, that type of thing. But that's just Tom.
Did y'all see that Tom Cruise freak out moment when he was on set about a month ago? You hear about that?
The COVID thing, right?
Yes. I thought it was crazy. It was crazy. It blew up. He was spitting facts, low key. He was spitting facts, but you know that movie better be like that shit better be Oscar winning at this point. You know what I mean?
Man, who knows? What was the film, by the way? What was the movie?
I think it was a Mission Impossible film, wasn't it?
Oh, it was the new one.
Like 36, I think.
Am I 36?
He's still doing the impossible, man. He's
Yeah.
still going strong. He's climbing out of Dubai skyscrapers. He's going on flights, but not in a seat, not even in the cockpit. He just wants to ghost ride the whip, bro. It's pretty crazy.
That's the thing about Scientology is you actually get younger as you progress through the religion. That's what I've heard, at least. Like, it reverses your age. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, because they're not humans, bro. You know, they when they die, actually, they go to a volcano in this planet that is unknown to us, but they know the Scientology.
Paris, we talked about this. You're not supposed to release the secrets of our religion. Okay, I don't know what you're doing.
I know. I just thought because the HBO documentary is that, but you're right. You're right. You signed a contract, non-disclosure agreement. You're right. Absolutely.
We're not allowed to talk about
it. You're sealed. You're sealed, bro.
But realistically, so now that I haven't given any actual intro of myself, so I recently graduated college, right, in May of 2020, and looking at
join the club, baby.
Yeah, the classic Corona. Looking at the calendar right now, I guess that's not so recent. Holy shit, time's moving quickly. Like I haven't been outside in 11 months, so you know. I guess it feels recent, but you know, I was one of the lucky ones. We graduated classic Corona. I went to the University of Evansville in southern Indiana, middle of nowhere. It's like wedged in between two cornfields. And I majored in finance. I minored in political science and international studies. I've also been involved in real estate. I got my real estate license out here when I was 19, and then graduated college. And I said, you know what? Let me use absolutely none of that and torture my father instead for TikTok views. And he seems to be working so far. So,
hey man, I think it's working too. Like I said, I told you before we got hopped on today that I find it hilarious. You know, I think that the chemistry you have with your dad is second to none, and it just shows like that father-son relationship. And that's how I kind of look at me and my dad and our relationship, just joking around, messing with each other and stuff. But to see it come to
your ass, though, if you try.
My dad would fuck me up. I can't do that shit. Yeah, I'm not intimidated by any person in this life except for my pops. Like, oh, fuck me up.
I feel like everyone's kind of like that, though. You know, I feel like everyone has that, like, it's that relationship with your father. You love him to death. He loves you to death, but you're always like challenging each other, you know?
Yeah, I've tried to tackle him on multiple occasions, and he's like, oh yeah, well, fuck your shit. I'm like, okay, and he's like, nah, fuck that. I'm like, okay, pops, I can't fuck with you, but it's all good. It's all love at the end of the day. You're right. So Jake, tell me about the TikTok, dude. How did you? When was the idea? When did the light bulb click? When did it turn on in your head? What brought you to TikTok? What brought the whole comedic aspect with it too?
Sure. So it's been a combination. It's been an amalgamation of plenty of factors, I guess, namely the pandemic, which has given me time. You know, I've always flirted around with the idea of going the social media route. You know, I've got that perfect right, just amount of douchiness to be the type of guy. You know, so I've always skirted on the edges, and then the combination of the pandemic kind of forcing me to graduate and come home with nothing to really do. I didn't really want to get into real estate. I wasn't sure what the hell was going to happen with the markets. Yeah. So I actually tried, you know, TikTok. This has been, if you see from my account, you know, I actually only started less than 2 months ago on this account, but I had a couple more accounts before. So I actually started back in March, right when the pandemic started. And I tried making TikToks. I tried doing just funny random videos. I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you ever followed me on the first account I made, but they were just like funny random sketch videos, just like me talking to myself as characters, you know, those types of videos. And I thought they were funny, but they didn't do that well. So I was like, well, enough of that, I guess. And then I took a few months off. Pandemic kept going. I was like, we're going back on TikTok. We got to try again. So I tried another aspect. I tried making these ones where it's like POVs, you're talking to the camera type sketches. Those didn't work. One thing led to another. I kept researching what the hell went popping, what went viral on TikTok. I found a niche with these father-son type pranks, right? A lot of these kids pranking their parents type of videos. I released the first one actually on Christmas Eve of this last year, so a little over a month ago. Immediately overnight, got a few 100,000 views. I was like, well, here we go. Found my new niche. I said, Dad, your life's going to be a living hell. Here we go. So I haven't stopped from that day, and the views have kept.
Oh my God, that's amazing, dude. I'm so happy for you that that happened. What was your reaction initially when you woke up the next day to see that you had all these fucking viewers, likes, whatever? I mean, I'm not like super acquainted with TikTok, but
right. You know. So TikTok is its own beast because you can get plenty of likes or views on a single video, and that can mean absolutely nothing for your future videos. Right? You can get a million, you can get 10 million views on a video. If you don't follow it up with consistent content, it means absolutely nothing.
That's like a one-hit wonder.
Exactly. And there's so many of those people, right? So I saw and I'm like, well, I can't be a one-hit wonder. So it was really when the second or the third and the fourth and the fifth video kind of went viral. I think it was my fifth and sixth videos that both went really viral. One of them has like almost 17 million views. And after those two, then I got a bunch of followers, and I was like, okay, well, now this is I'm not just a one-hit wonder, right? There's something to this, so I really got to keep going. Yeah. And it's been a weird feeling. It's been super brand new, like I said, Christmas, but it's kind of surreal, right?
That's amazing.
Right now, I'm pulling up. We got 681,000 followers.
Yeah, I was just gonna pull it up too. And you have like over 9 something million likes, which is insane, dude. Like, how does that feel to know that many people like your content? That's pretty surreal, I would imagine.
It feels good, I guess. I mean, it's been, like I said, it's been so quick. I haven't really stopped to think about it. I'm just kind of grinding on to the next video. I have to work as quick as possible. Absolutely. And like I said, you're never safe on TikTok. You can get millions of views. The next day, you get nothing all of a sudden. You don't really know why. So the key is to just keep it going and hope the views continue. So I don't ever feel safe on here, you know.
Well, Jake, I'm curious about like monetization.
That's
exactly. How did it progress? Yeah, we're on the same wavelength. How did it progress from like you're just having fun, you're going out there, you're just kind of being yourself, you bring your dad into it. When did it become something where you realize, wait a minute, I can make money off of this, I can start building a career off of this?
So I've always known from the get-go, even when I was, a teenager, that social media was such a profitable route. And that's why I've always said I've flirted kind of around the boundaries of going down the route, because I knew, it's a lifestyle a lot of people dream of. It's only, can you break through the mold? And monetization on TikTok is a lot different than monetization on other platforms. TikTok is not very profitable itself, as you can see. Clearly, I'm living lavish with this dolphin painting that I think we got from a 99 cent store. So the money's not rolling in quite yet. But there's a couple things. So for TikTok specifically, there's a thing called the Creator Fund, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with. It's kind of like YouTube. It's a pay-per-view basis.
Okay.
It's way less money than what YouTube pays per view. It's somewhere around 2.5 cents per 1,000 views, I think. So, you know, you can make anywhere from, if you get millions of views, you know, you might make 100 or so bucks a day. It's not that much. You can buy yourself some nice snickerdoodle cookies like I've got here, and you'll be on your merry way. But the goal is, aside from that, there's also obviously brand sponsorships and partnerships, collaborations. For example, a company like G Fuel energy drink will pay you, if they like your content, a certain negotiated amount to plug their product in your next video. And those are the two routes that you can kind of take on TikTok. But from TikTok, the ultimate goal is to leverage that onto the other social media platforms, right? To get people onto your Instagram, onto your YouTube, where they pay a lot more and it's much more established, right? TikTok is, like I said, it's the Wild West. Nobody knows. It's so new. Nobody knows what the hell it's going to be. Nobody knows what it is yet. People are still figuring it out. So you got to get people to go to your Instagram, your YouTube and stuff like that. And then it's much easier to monetize.
Yeah, it was interesting because I know a lot of people that are verified, for instance, on Instagram, but the follower amounts always vary.
Aren't you?
No, I'm asking because you have like what 29,000, I think I saw last time I checked. So how does that process work?
Can I on that note, because you brought up 29,000, can I just say something? If anyone from Instagram watches this fucking thing, I'm not complaining by any means about the fact that I have 29,000 followers, but I have way more followers than that. So if you notice, I'm on private right now. My Instagram's on private, and I have, if you can see, I don't know if you can see in the chat, it might not see that.
Pull back a little bit.
Shit, yeah, the follow request.
Follow requests, plus 999 others. So it caps out at 999. It doesn't tell you how many you actually have. I have literally over 10,000 follow requests waiting in the queue, potentially even 20,000. But for some reason, I got flagged on Instagram for switching between a public and a private account too many times. No idea that this was frowned upon. Apparently it is. And they only let me know by sending me a message. Hold up. Let me see if I can find this screenshot super quick. Okay, so we can review this. We don't have to read the whole. Is that seeable?
Yeah.
You've added limitations.
Yeah, read that.
Hold on. You've added limitations to accounts that switch often between private and public to protect our community from inauthentic engagement. You reached the limit of follow requests.
Yeah, you reached the limit of follow requests for now. By making your account public, anyone can follow you, but you will lose all your pending follow requests. So
what?
This is a total non sequitur, but I'm in the craziest catch-22 of all time right now, where I'm not allowed to accept any of my follow requests.
Yeah.
And if I go public, I'll lose all of them. I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is going on?
You got to contact someone.
That's so, yeah.
I've sent 20 emails. I'm not even exaggerating. 20 emails to Instagram support. I don't know what the hell to do. I need to find some Instagram guy on LinkedIn. I'm gonna hit up my boy Elon Musk, see what he can do for me.
Yeah, hit up Elon, he'll fix it, man. He's probably throwing a Tesla for the
a new app
too.
that you can hop on.
Yeah.
Testagram. Just pictures
So anyway,
of Teslas. That's it.
Instagram.
It.
But no, that's crazy though, because I feel like that's the problem though, is like, because you have the situation where there's so many people concentrated on like a few applications, a few media channels. It's like, what stops those companies? What stops them from, doing things like this? I mean, yeah, that gets into a further discussion of censorship and stuff like that. But in your particular situation, you basically were just going through private and public account. You didn't even know you were doing something that was frowned upon, yet you're still punished for it to some degree. And you don't know for how long either, right?
No idea. There's no help online anywhere in the depths of Google. I've checked everywhere. It's crazy. And if you think Instagram is bad, it's such a big company, it makes sense that they're not able to get to all the support requests. But if you think Instagram is bad, dude, TikTok is insane. You cannot speak to anyone at TikTok ever. If anything goes wrong, you're shit out of luck no matter what, and that's the way it is, and you just gotta hope for the best.
That's awful. I know that's the problem with a lot of these social media companies. They're just greedy, and then they don't want to help you out when there's an issue. Although I will say Snapchat does help you out quite a bit, particularly with the streaks. If you lose some streaks, because I have over 1,000-day streaks, they will hook it up. They have hooked it up. Unless you're TJ and fucked it up twice in a row.
Yeah, I fucked it up a few times.
It's all
they
good, bro.
automatically, they knew I fucked it up, so they automatically just re-upped it. You know what I mean? It's like they read your minds, you know. But guys, I give them credit for it.
I'm thinking, I don't know if you guys want to join me on this. I'm thinking we bring everything back to MySpace. We revive that old platform.
Dude, I was thinking Omegle, bro. I don't know why you're thinking. You thinking MySpace? I'm thinking Omegle. I think we bring them all back.
Do you even have accounts on Omegle though, bro? Or is it just
Omegle's doing well right now? Omegle's actually.
Hey man, if you're horny in this pandemic, want to see a penis, just hop on Omegle, bro. You got it right there, front and center, all shapes and colors and sizes, man.
I never used the MySpace because I was never in that time period where MySpace was shit. I was in India. You know what I mean? So we were like we're light years behind. Remember that?
Did you work for tech support or what? Were you a phone tech operator?
All right. Listen. I was in India when I was a middle schooler. So probably 5th to 8th grade, around that time. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of the stuff a lot of the things that were popping at the time, we were behind on. So like if there was music that was coming out that was like really, you know, doing really well, like top 100, that type of shit, it took us a year before that music really reached us. And then it became like, then we started playing it, you feel? So like when it came to these social media applications, things like that, and how people were engaging, we were like a year and a half behind. Now, I don't know how that is now. I'm assuming that's kind of changed. Like I'm assuming Tick-Tock and stuff like that is, you know, big in India as much as it is here. Yeah.
So speaking of India real quick, do you know who Pav Daria is, the artist?
Pav Daria? No, I do not.
He's there's no reason you should know him. It's just a random, I know one Indian artist who makes these absolute banger songs, and he's like a top charter in India, and I just figured maybe you knew him. Pav Daria.
I'll check him out. Putting you on, man. I'll check him out too. Get a little Bollywood.
You know what kind of music is it? Is it Bollywood? Is it like Bhangra? Is it like kind of hip hop? What is it?
It's totally Bollywood. I think Bollywood. I don't really know. It's imagine like an EDM type like pop song, but Indian style.
I like how you got the little Steph Curry jig, you know what I mean?
They do the craziest moves.
No, hey, it's an event. I don't know if you've ever been to an Indian wedding. My guess is no, but no offense.
I would love to. Is yours gonna be like that, TJ? Is yours gonna be crazy?
I mean, it depends. It totally depends. I feel like I'm mandated to have that.
Actually, hold up. Hold up. I have been to an Indian wedding.
You have?
My friend, totally American white. She married an Indian. I have been to a wedding. Actually,
oh wow!
They do a lot of tradition.
Was it Indianized or was it like a mix of like both?
It was a mix of both, but there was a lot of stylish garments being worn.
Right, that's what it's unreal.
That's so cool.
It's an event. It's like an event like you've never seen before. Honestly, I advise everyone to, at some point, go to something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean,
go to Browntown, bro. Just dive in fully. Yeah. They will make you good food, bro. I love Indian food. I love
great.
Indian food.
Food's great.
Curry chicken, some Steph Curry McFlurry, like all the shit you get from Indian food is delicious. Absolutely. But Jake, I want to ask you some stuff. I'm actually gonna share my screen real quick to pull up some because I know everyone that is somebody.
Yeah, pull up that point up. Yeah.
That's for
damn well it wasn't your book.
Everyone that is somebody has haters. So this was recently. This is the funniest shit I've seen in a minute. I don't know why this is being a fucking asshole. Okay, so who is Exoja or Soja or Koja, whatever the fuck he wants to do and be? He's 45 followers, pretty solid following. Doesn't really post much. You're not funny at all. Please kill yourself. And what does my man say? Any tips on how to make it happen? I think that's the best response I could have thought of. I don't even think I would have thought of that, man. My fans are so silly. So how do you deal with hate mail, hate DM, whatever the hell you want to call it nowadays, from people like this, like who is Hoja, whatever.
So, but obviously, this is very new. Like I said, this has been super new. I kind of got a lot of traction almost overnight. But between me and you guys, honestly, you know my personality a little bit. I enjoy reading these way more. Like the positive comments. This is the shit that keeps me going. This is the shit that makes me want to get out of bed and work twice as hard. I enjoy reading these. If anything, they're just entertaining. It's just stupid people. They got nothing better to do. So I don't take it personally at all. You've made at least some headways when you're getting hate mail, right? You've done.
Yeah. For sure. Absolutely.
And that's what I'm proud of.
Okay. Awesome.
Every goat needs a hater, bro. Every
the
goat
show
needs
another one hater. Here. So we got two. So Brandon Demoff with 2 F's. Demoff_B. Little solid following here. Little BD over here. Stop ruining your family life for views. You're a terrible human. And then your response was, and I would especially like to thank my biggest supporters. You guys mean everything to me.
I mean,
look, absolutely. What a hater, bro.
I can't really disagree with that statement, though, that I am a terrible human. So, he's on to something. So,
and then from Kev92 Do, I don't know what you're really doing other than hating Kev92, but he said at J Gould, great. Are you proud of yourself? You are an okay. I gotta edit your shit, homie. And gown ass man doing pranks to get views on your dad, probably living out of his pocket. Also, think you're funny, so you got to switch the you are and the yours, dog. You really need some help on your grammar here. Maybe you didn't graduate high school, maybe you got a G, who knows. You sound like a fucking asshole and an idiot. I mean, we all know people like you buys views, another fucking spell check. We will all knows, another one, how YouTube works and TikTok. Who said that you are funny? You finally got it right. Must be a 8-year-old. It's an 8-year-old. You are just a copy of Goog Tube etc. Just fucking with
put this
all
through
these all those clowns. Dot. And you just put the the sideways face, not even the emoji. That's so funny. What a dick. Like, what an ass. If you're gonna talk some shit, at least be grammatically correct and making some sort of sense where you could read this and like feel some type of way, but he clearly couldn't do that.
I'm just surprised he went through like 9 messages to get that.
Dude, like, can you not put a period then write
like
at
least Brandon DeMoff gets it. He can put it concise. That shit was concise, ready to go. You know what I mean? This guy took literally 9 posts over like 2 hours there to send to you, and they all the exact same things, just repeating it over and over again.
This is an example of someone who has a hell of a lot of free time on their hands to do this, but clearly not enough free time to learn how to write properly. So
you know what's also
free time in the wrong spots.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what really baffles me is that the people that feel the need to even do this, it's like, I know you say a lot of free time and shit, but like, I would never hate on somebody no matter how stupid I think it is, right? Like, why you got to be a hater? If people are trying to be successful in their own right, let them do what they got to do. They're not harming you in any way. You fucking with your dad, like, that's not harming Brandon Demoff, the dick. Like, it's not hurting him in any way. Like, just worry about your 1.4K followers, B. Come on, dog. Like, you just gotta hate on my boy Jake over here. What's up with that? I don't know, man. I think it's pretty wrong.
Tell him, Paris, you got my back.
Yeah, dude. I will definitely.
He's right, man.
Absolutely. He's the bodyguard. Absolutely.
That's probably the next thing, an online or a virtual bodyguard, you know? Someone that can block out all the noise, you feel?
Oh, for sure. That could be a thing. You're right. And then I just want to show I think this is my favorite video. I mean, I told you this earlier, but I think this is fucking hilarious. This is like, this shit got me laughing. So anyway, here you go. Oops, the fucking sound.
Yeah, I'm a pro.
Get that shit out of here, will
I got
you?
this.
Jake, you're gonna break something.
Stand back! Jake, you're gonna put somebody. Oh, it's milk thistle. Dad, why aren't you happy on my quinceanera? Boy, I do not envy whoever has to clean this up. Dad.
Oh, that's just fucking.
Now show the real alpaca. That was just the pinata alpaca, but yeah, right, with the blindfold.
Wait, got everything I need in one picture. Very aesthetic. You're right.
Very aesthetic.
The pill popping pinata. I love it.
Dude,
so, what was the inspiration for this?
Hold up, one sec. Just to show you what kind of guy my dad is. If you can see my camera.
Yeah, let me go back to you. Here, go for it.
We got. This is my dad's medicine cabinet. So.
Is it just the strictly maximum milk thistle?
Apparently, it's for the liver.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, it's a liver.
He's gonna be a cow having that much milk in him, dude. He's gonna grow udders eventually.
Oh, you said what was the inspiration for the pinata?
Yeah,
I woke up.
How do you come up with these things, or just in general? What inspires you on like a day-to-day basis? It's just like things you see, you come across, and you're like, oh shit, that'll be funny. That's an idea I have. How's the creative process work? Is my question.
It's kind of like that if you've ever seen that South Park episode where they make fun of Family Guy.
Yeah.
A while back, where basically the ideas flow through two manatees in a manatee tank. They pick random balls with random words on them.
Oh my god.
Whatever words they pick, that's the joke they have to use. So it's something similar to that. You know, I wake up with a case of the fuck arounds, and I go on, I go on randomwordgenerator.com and see what comes to mind, and I think, why don't I set up a pinata in the living room? Or, why don't I set up a kiddie pool in the living room? Or, why don't I eat a stick of deodorant? I don't know. It's a weird place in this mind. You don't really want to go there, but it's just a lot of randomness. And since you asked, I'll talk about TikTok itself real quick, because a lot of people, the most common question I get from people who either use TikTok or want to start using TikTok is how do you make something go viral on TikTok? Is there rhyme or reason to it? You know, and I've already alluded to the fact that obviously it's mostly about kind of randomness and luck, but there is some stuff to help. So do you guys know who Bella Porch is on TikTok at all?
I'd say that I do.
I've heard that. I've heard of her, I think.
Okay, so anyone who's on TikTok, obviously, Paris, you said you're not really on TikTok. Anyone who's on TikTok would know who she is, and you can look her up. She basically makes videos staring at a camera, and that's it. That's it. That's the end of the sentence. She makes videos staring at a camera. And a lot of people ask, so like, how does that go viral? How does she got 60 million followers in less than a year. How do you get a number like that?
What?
By literally just standing at a camera with music playing in the background versus a lot of people who put crazy production quality into these crazy scripts, experiments, informative videos. And the answer is, here's my theory on it. So first and foremost, TikTok wants to push out people that they think are very imitable or that you can emulate easily. So if someone like Bella Porch, who stares at a camera and does nothing, gets 60 million followers, imagine what every girl across the world is now thinking, right? They see that and they go, you just played a song in the background and did nothing. I can do that. I can do that better. So now it gets millions of people on TikTok, right? Trying to do the same thing. And she's one in a million. So TikTok kind of arbitrarily picks and chooses which very easy and replicable people they want to push out. Which is why so many people hate TikTok. They think it's just a lot of people doing fucking this in a mirror.
That's what I thought for a while.
That's what man. For sure.
I'll be going through Instagram like search, you know, and like that whole page, and you got all the TikTok videos. It's all like integrated together, and that's how I got into like watching some of the actually interesting TikTok videos that are out there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, obviously there has to be a mix of actual funniness and talent. Otherwise, people would never come back. So, you know, that's where I come in, I guess. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff, you know, there is plenty of funny stuff on there, but there's plenty of ridiculous that you go, how the hell does this have 10 million likes or whatever? You're like, what the hell is going on? And I'm convinced that whoever invented the TikTok algorithm for how they push videos out is locked in a cage somewhere underwater. And the Chinese government is not letting him out because nobody knows how the freaking thing works. And it's so much luck and randomness. And I'm saying that too, even though I've gotten a whole bunch of followers, right?
Yeah.
But I still fully admit there's so much luck involved, and you just got to keep doing it until hopefully shit sticks on a wall and
yeah,
wake up famous, you know? So.
Oh yeah, dude, keep going. You got my support for sure. And like you really opened my eyes to changing my mindset. Whereas I was looking at TikTok, like you said, the whole dancing thing, or to me, I was describing it as people that can't dance for shit go on it to show that they kind of have some moves and they could wiggle their fucking hands and their head around and do the 1-2 step, whatever the fuck it is. But like you actually have content that is not only relatable, at least in my experience in life, but it's fucking funny and it's creative. And, you know, it's definitely different than anything you see. You know, you talked about how being in a similar category, replicating one another. There's dad pranks, there's pranks all out there, but I think yours is just different because of the chemistry you and your dad have compared to other people. You know, it's very authentic, and I fuck with it, bro.
Yeah,
cool.
we take it to another level for sure. I know I mentioned if a lot of people know who Lance210 is, right? He exists on YouTube, all the social medias. He does those silly pranks with his grandma, and there's nothing wrong with them. They're funny. Like I'll watch them, but you know where he's like holding a water balloon or something. He's like shh, while his grandma's like a foot behind him, and you just stupid and staged it is.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell it's staged, but I also feel like it's like he created a part of that trend, and so I feel like you're talking about sometimes like those videos just get circulated more, you know, and like you have that, and then also there's that whole thing about I think there's familiarity, which is something that's very big for people, is that they want to be connected to so much shit, so when they see somebody that they've seen before, it feels like they're connected to a part of their life. Like there could be some dudes over, like it's those guys in Russia that keep jumping into the fucking freezing pool, like water outside their house, you know, eating food in the water and shit, like that kind of stuff. Like you look at it like that's crazy. Yeah, it's like that's some crazy shit, but it's also like you feel connected. You feel connected to like that kind of culture, and you're also like intrigued by it, and that's what makes it kind of funny. Is that there's that I don't even know what the word for that is, but yeah,
interconnectivity, dude. Every Sunday though, I do tend to jump in ice pools, so I feel you, part of the culture, bro. It's just very there's a lot of muscle relief, very good for your skin too. This is actually real shit. I don't do this, but it's like for anyone that wants to, like, cryotherapy is really
ice
good.
baths.
Yeah, just go outside in Texas right now, you'll be fine. But that shit is crazy.
It's too soon.
Nah, what the fuck? They're stupid. Fuck them, bro. People are like leaving California.
I mean, not the
go
people,
fucking move,
bro.
bitch.
It's not the people's fault in Texas. How were they supposed to know that
they're voting? Yeah, it is the people's fault because they're voting for stupid idiots. Fucking government.
I thought you were talking about the dudes that went from California all the way to Texas. They were like, "Yo, we're escaping this shit," and they go right into a storm.
Yeah, it's their fault. It is their fault. They chose to move. Whose fault is it? The fucking Wizard of Oz telling them to leave Cali to go to Texas. I don't know.
Are you in LA too, or are you in New York?
No, dude, I'm in North Carolina. North Carolina. South, yeah. So, we've been getting a lot of rain here. No, I mean shit. We never get.
I can't relate to the rain.
Yeah, we never get snow over here, which is the crazy thing. It's like the whole South right now is like, you know, rainstorms. At least it was earlier this week. Now it's getting better. And then obviously Texas just got hit with this fucking massive ass. I mean, whatever that is, blizzard, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's terrible over there, especially in Austin, because many people that I work with, a lot of the company I work for, their office, one of their main offices is in Austin, Texas, and so they have a lot of problems right there right now, just like even working, and obviously no power. And I mean, that's why I feel for the people that are there, because they didn't ask for that shit. You know what I mean? How could they have known that Texas and fucking where there's a tornado and a sandstorm every other day, that there's going to be a snowstorm, right? So
I actually went to college, and my first semester I went to a college in Austin, Texas. That's where I was at college, and then I transferred to Southern Indiana, middle of nowhere. But Austin was an interesting town. I don't know if have you been to Austin?
We got friends that are from Austin, and they
I heard it's very progressive.
Yeah.
It's
compared to
yeah,
other
it's
places in
very,
Texas.
very weird, and they're proud of that. You know, there's stickers. You know, the most common slogan is "Keep Austin Weird," and that's just
Really?
yeah, that's the slogan there. You see it on bumper
Okay,
stickers
that's
everywhere.
cool.
Keep Austin weird, and it's a fucking weird place.
Yeah.
It was fun. There's a place called 6th Street, which is basically a full, like almost mile-long district of nothing but bars and clubs. No cars are allowed down, right? It's just pedestrian traffic,
Whoa.
full of drunk-ass people, and it was a good time. So
Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
maybe we'll take a trip there when the tornadoes are gone. So
that's awesome, bro. Well, I think it's a good spot to segue, man. I want to appreciate you coming on today, my brother. I missed you. I haven't seen you until now. Like, I haven't seen you in the flesh, but seeing your face is cool. Being able to talk to you again, bro. Shout out ND Night. Shout out shit talking in the outfield during BP. Shout out all.
I'd like to shout out at Notre Dame, but
oh man, ton of the greats, just the all time greats, bro. Mount Rushmore of ND, bro. Absolutely.
Yeah, I miss those times.
Yeah, bro. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Wish you nothing but the best in the future. I'm gonna continue following you, shouting you out, spreading the word. And yeah, hit you up, bro.
I don't think I can even follow because of the whole situation you got. I was trying to follow and I was like,
on
I mean, you can't even you can't even see it, right? You can't accept it. Yeah.
No idea what to do, guys. I'm gonna try. I kind of left it alone for a little while to see if like time will help. I'm gonna try and start accepting again tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm not able to accept the tens of thousands of followers, then fuck, dude. I don't know what to do. Send help.
Send help,
bro. I'm gonna just hit up IG.
Free Jake.
Free Jake. Hashtag free Jake. Absolutely. All right, dude. Thank you so much.
Guys.
Thanks for coming on,
bro. Have a good rest of your day. All right.
All right, yo. I'm out.
What
a fucking cool guy, man.
Yeah, Jake's awesome, man. You know what's funny, bro? We used to go to fucking high school parties all the time. We played baseball together, but before high school, I've known this guy for like more than half of my life, and he's always been a funny ass character, very sarcastic in his humor, and that's the shit I like because he doesn't take things seriously. Life isn't too serious to him, which is how everyone should be. People take things too seriously at times, and I think that. And I've known his dad the same amount of time, obviously, and just to see them having this chemistry is so funny because that's actually how they are in real life. Like always bantering and fucking with each other, even with his brother Alex, who's actually shout out to Alex Gould. He is working for ESPN as an announcer for college basketball games primarily, which is awesome. Yeah, bro.
That's
so
awesome,
maybe he'll be the next big Marv
Dick
Alves
Vitale. He's the next Dick Vitale.
Dickie V, baby.
Dickie V. But, Dickie V. Yeah, he had a new commercial, Dickie V.
Oh, okay. Wasn't it a Super Bowl commercial, right?
I think so. I think it was for Geico, but it was really good. I mean, he was killing it, bro. Like he still brings that energy to everything.
Yeah, but yeah, bro. Shout out to Jake. Jake, I was gonna mention this, but I'll just not he's awful to say it. Fuck it. We used to, and also this was with Max from last week, everybody. But we used to be when Pokemon Go was first coming on the scene. It was the shit. Whatever. Everyone had it. Everyone was playing it. I only personally played it for like a week and it was fun. It was cool, but I'm not trying to walk around with my head in my fucking phone, walking into who knows what, So he used to, well, I guess we could say we used to go to parties and you would go up. This was kind of a dare, kind of like fuck it type of thing. Go up to girls and be like, "Do you play Pokemon Go?" "Yeah, no." "Well, you should because you can come and catch my Squirtle." Or help me catch my Squirtle, something.
That's a shitty Pokemon, bro.
It was the worst. That's the point. That's the point. It's just shit like that. It's like
that
gets
the conversation going. Get the conversation going.
Exactly. And it shows like you don't give a fuck. But
it's the Will Smith song. It's a party starter. I fucking love that song, bro.
Yeah, the song smacks. And Jake was always, like I said, the sarcastic guy, just making jokes, cracking jokes left and right, doing funny, reckless shit. And just living life how it should be lived. Like no fucks, bro. Just fun and do.
He's like a funny Cole Sprouse, is what he is. He looks like
funny
TC
Cole Sprouse.
He looks like TC, which is one of our boys.
Tancred. Yeah, for everybody who knows, let me show you TC. So TC lives in the back of my phone. He's the man right there. He's if you ever met a more French person in your life, I doubt it, because TC is that guy. Oh, what's up, bro? What's up, bro? Hey, bro. You want some beer, bro? Like, he's just like the super French guy. And I don't know if this goes for all of French people, but TJ, you could speak on this too.
Yeah.
They think that when they come to America, a capitalistic society, that everything is a handout, right? And you don't expect things in return, right? I don't think there's anyone who's more in debt to NYU student body than my man Tancred TC, our boy. I love him to death, but he's in debt to the whole friend group for sure. And who the fuck else knows when his drunk ass was leaving a party? Hey, bro, hot dog. Hey, bro, fucking beer. Like, dog, I love you, TC, but you take me out to dinner whenever I come to Paris, is all I'm saying. In a fat meal. I'm ordering whatever the hell I want, getting the whole ass menu, and you're paying for it. TJ's coming
and then some. He owes a lot of people a lot of stuff, but he's about as French as you can possibly get. I mean, I don't think there is a way you could be more French, honestly.
Nah.
He's like Emily in Paris on steroids. I mean, this guy's about like, he is literally what you think of when you think of a French man. That's that kind of attitude, that persona, and we love that. Like, there's some really awesome parts of that culture.
Yeah.
That's so cool. You know?
I love the whole affection aspect of the French society.
Yes.
How say hi, like 2 kisses on the cheek. That's what I like to do, bro. That's what I was so used to, especially in Europe. And then you come back to the States, people think you're a fucking weirdo. Like, what are you doing? I'm not gonna get away. I'm like, bro, I'm saying hi.
Yeah.
You know? I hate nothing worse than like the one arm hug, like
the one arm hug,
and then tapping the back. Hi. Like,
it's really
hate it. Hate it.
Because most girls that are shorter than me, but
it's hard to get
like
the 2 arms. You're like squeezing the fuck. Yeah. And
like, no one knows the right way to hug. I remember when I was younger, someone was like saying, there's like that girls notice like how guys hug.
Oh, absolutely, they notice, bro.
And I'm like,
you gotta be a good hugger.
How hard it is. Like, I'm like, most of the time, I don't even go for the full hug. I go for the one arm hug, closed hand, nothing there to see, just like, hey, what's up? You know, and like, that's it.
Yeah. I like to do it based off of height. So say somebody's I'm like pushing 6 feet, I'm 5'11", but if somebody's like 5'4" and lower, maybe 5'3" and lower, you know, short, 7 inches shorter than me, 8, whatever it is, it's pretty. I think to me the norm is to hug. The guy goes, God, I got hiccups, man. The guy goes under for the waist, girls over on the top. That's like the generic hug that I think.
That's it.
If you know them, or whatever, you know, I don't give a fuck. You do it to whoever. But if they're shorter than you, obviously that's to get to the waist. You gotta have some daddy long arms, bro, and just go reach down there and knock. And that's like too much. So just like, you know, give them a tight little hug, whatever. But that's also like squeezing their head and shit. You're right. It definitely is difficult, especially with people that are shorter than us, which is majority of the time people are much shorter than us. So. Yeah, the one arm just gonna have to do, I guess, for the time being.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's just
unless the kiss, the 2 cheek kisses is back, or like we bring it to the States as a norm. Who knows?
I hope it's. I mean, I'm there for it. You know, I think it's just respect, and it's like it shows affection, and I think those are really good things. Those qualities are good in people. You know. Yeah,
for sure, dude. Well, you know, that's a good segue to fit of the week. I got some good ones for us today. Pull these mofos up real brief. Close that bitch. So we got my boy. Can you guess who this is? Did you? You know who this is?
I know who this is. I know who this is, bro. Fuck. Wait, is this from Masked Singer?
Nah, he's a boxer, bro.
Oh, it's a boxer. Oh, this is,
but that's funny. That would work.
What's his fucking? That's Wilder, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's Wilder. I mean, I know it's Wilder. I mean,
it's funny because I love Deontay Wilder. Huge fan. And I am a fan of his pregame antics as well. But it was funny because this photo was featured on GQ's 2 overly extravagant outfits of the week, which is kind of funny. And I kind of wanted to bring it here because this is one of my fits of the week. I think, hopefully you can back me up on this. I think this is dope. I fucking like this Decepticon fucking Megatron look he's got going on. Although he did lose this fight, this was the fight he against oh my god, what's Gypsy King's name? I'm just totally blanking right here, dude. Help me out.
Tyson
Fury. Thank you. Yeah.
I watched him knock out Brazil. I watched him knock Cool out. I mean, that shit was crazy. I was working that boxing match last year.
Is that Barclays, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 2 years almost. I remember it like it was yesterday. Knocked him to literally. I was outside. I'd gone in and saw part of the first round, and I think it was, I can't remember what round it was. Maybe it was the second round where he knocked him out. But I was literally outside, and I could just hear blood hits the fucking mat, and I was like, damn! And I ran over to see what was happening. It was crazy.
You know what's nuts, dude? You mentioned that being 2 years like it was yesterday, and I feel the same way. I found myself yesterday watching a movie trailer, and it said, but then it said coming 2021. I'm like, damn, we gotta wait a year for this.
Yeah.
Dumbass me didn't realize or had in my head that we're in 2021 because it's the last year just feels so.
Yeah.
I don't know, stuck in time, I guess is the best way to describe it. And it's so bizarre because this is the same, we all thought 2021, new year, new us, new society, new whatever, but it's out of our control, dude. We got to be patient. Luckily, we got vaccines rolling out and stuff. And I know it's, quite a bit of people that have gotten them, fortunately.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing
the
reduction
same
in the cases, which is good. And things are trending in a better direction. The real concern I've got is really, like, how do we prevent this from happening again? And this will get into a bigger conversation about, where did the virus originate from? There's two different responses. I don't know if you got a chance to see the Bill Maher episode.
They said it's the lab thing.
Yes. And he kind of got into with some individuals.
Probably, bro. Probably.
Yeah. I think so. I think
this type of the way it's mutating, and what I've read and what I've heard, obviously you got to take it with a grain of salt because everything on the internet's not always true and it's mostly opinionated. But based off of some facts from some scientists that work for the CDC, former employees that were as part of the special, planetary disease control unit, you could say, they described this virus as 0% chance that it is not man-made, meaning that it had to have been in the lab because of all these variations of the virus. And we see there's like new super spreaders. There's one that's out now. They're saying that's 10 times more contagious.
Yeah, they've got 4 or 5 different variations already.
So that tells me like somebody fucked up in a lab and released this shit out to the fucking world, and now we're reaping the fucking sorrow of it all. And hopefully they're found out and put on trial, whatever. But honestly, at this point, I would just want those people working on the cure because they're the ones that fucking made it, right? So I want them to fucking fix this shit if they can. But yeah, man, that's fucking, a lot of bullshit. This is my boy. I don't know if you watch Atlanta. Seen Sorry to Bother You, Lakeith Stanfield, amazing actor, so funny.
Watch that new movie, Judas and the Black Messiah.
I'm going to. Have you seen it?
I have. That's what.
Was it awesome?
I thought. I'll just say this. I think he was brilliant in it. It was really good. Okay.
Awesome. I'm gonna have to watch it for sure. Yeah, these are like his Zoom fits. It's really cool because everyone has to be fitted for Zoom.
Yeah.
Nowadays, and depending on what they're doing, interviews, whatever. But this is a Zoom fit, and this is freaking fresh, bro.
I love it. I love it. It's very him because I remember him from Get Out. He's the guy.
Yeah,
the other black guy who's at the wherever the
staff
fuck they are.
Of the place.
Yeah. And then that whole shit happens, and then
the Flash.
The Flash, and he's like, "Get me out of here!" Like all that crazy stuff. So I mean, that to me, that's where I remember him from. But he's just a very gifted actor. There's a lot of really good talent that I think, when given the opportunity, they shine.
100%. Then Russ and Sierra.
Couple goals, honestly. Couple goals.
She has like the most vibrant skin ever. Jesus, look at that. She's like shiny. That's crazy. Oh my Lord, Russ Wilson.
You see, Russell Wilson has an amazing sense of kind of. He's just got a cool presence about him in general. But I think the way he dresses, like, I mean, I haven't seen an athlete dress as well as he does, to be quite honest.
Yeah, he's very put together. 100%.
No
He's
doubt.
not really so much that street fashion wear type of guy. He's more of a put together,
He's more professional,
very professional, like here for business. Whereas the DeAndre Hopkins, which is more type of shit I like, street fashion.
Yeah.
Upscale street fashion though, but his fits are sick, bro. And he could pull off both. I don't think Russ could pull off rocking some like off-white shit. Maybe he can, but I don't think that's him.
Could, but I don't think like DeAndre can. Like there's only a few people, and like I don't see Russ being that kind of guy. Like it wouldn't look like him, you know.
Yeah, if he's getting in like Burberry or something, it's gonna be a fucking nice ass shirt or jacket or something like that, shoes, as opposed to DeAndre's gonna bring a fucking backpack, like some shit like that, you know. That's like an accessory. But yeah, these fuckers are looking like a good couple. Then you got Naomi Osaka. Shout out to her victory over Serena for the second time in the Australian Open. Serena's 38, dude. I didn't know she's that old. It's crazy.
Yeah, she's quite.
I mean, forever.
She's playing well still though. Like to get to the semifinal.
Oh yeah, dude. This is the new her, man. I think she's awesome.
She's a dog.
And this is like such a young power couple, bro. Corday, formerly YBN.
Interesting.
Corday,
I didn't know they were a thing. Wow.
Yeah, dude. He is one of my favorite rappers for sure. He had his album nominated for Best Rap Album of the Year last year. And I predicted that when it came out the first time I listened to it, I'm like, this is going to get Album of the Year, or at least nomination. And I was right. I was like, damn. I kind of just said that just because I loved it a lot, but it was came to fruition. I was like, shout out to him. That's awesome. Really good album. He works with Dr. Dre, Anderson .Paak, so he's kind of in that circle, and it's like he's for sure gonna blow up. It's only a matter of time. He is kind of blown up, but I'm just talking like top of the game.
Yeah.
In terms of lyricism and things of that nature, rhyme scheme. He's like a more of a poet to me. I think he's great. And Naomi Osaka, she's taking the world by storm, obviously, as we see.
Ever since that U.S. Open back in 2019, man.
Yeah, dude. I would never wear any of this shit, by the way. I look like a Skittle over here. I
feel like I would rep more.
This is like the bad fit of the week. I would never rock this shit. I mean, it looks good on him. I would never rock that shit. Just personally, I get the whole ass rainbow blanket.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to go on his first day of kindergarten, bro. That's what that shit looks like. His mom just threw that on him.
He's having a little patty cake and shit. And the slide. Yeah, look at him. I can see it now, bro. Got a little box of milk garden and shit. Got a little tater tots. I call them tater titties, bro, but tater tots. Tater tits.
We had remember the smiley face ones? The smiley face ones were bomb,
yeah, dude. What do you prefer, bro? Do you prefer the tater? Do you prefer tater titties or the Chick-fil-A fries?
No, yeah. I feel you. No, but I feel like the only two.
No, that was a question, bro. I said, what do you
I thought you were saying. Do you remember either of them?
You feel me though? I like them both too, bro. But no.
I mean, I do though, bro. But I'm thinking of the smiley face. Oh, you're asking me between tater tots and between the.
Yeah, what would you pick? Yes.
I feel like I'm taking. Honestly, truth is, I'm taking regular hash browns. That's what I'm taking. I love myself regular.
I love hash browns. The home fry hash browns or the put together square one.
I like the IHOP one. I love it. It's the only thing at IHOP other than the pancakes that I fuck with.
Got it. Yeah, I actually had some potatoes this morning in California omelet. Shout out Blue Jam Cafe. When you come to LA, bro, I'm taking you. It's good. Very good.
I got a lot of places to go in LA.
Yeah, you got a lot of places. I might pull up on you too, by the way. We'll talk about that.
No,
later,
you gotta pull up, bro. We'll take
100%, 100%. I'm trying to hit this
Monday,
South.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
I'm rocking a cowboy hat the entire time. We could be in the most gentrified, fucking progressive blue part of the South. I'm still rocking a cowboy hat, and I'm talking like
that's Charlotte. That's Charlotte.
Well, howdy, folks. I'm from Los Angeles, California, but I talk like this because growing up, I was inspired by Johnny Cash.
Y'all really need to come to the South, bro. It's nothing like y'all think. You really need to come.
It's nothing like, man, that's what I've been telling my LA people. I said we gotta go to the goddamn place where we were birthed. Even though I was born in UCLA Medical Center in Santa Monica here, but nah, man, I was born in the South, man, the dirty South, dirty Dan. I might as well become a sheriff around those parts, man. Go chase down some pinheads, see what the hell's up with that. Wrangle and dangle, wrestle and wrestle.
That's for sure.
Yeah, dude. But Or I could just come over there and talk, like, because I don't think there's a lot of Hispanics there. I could pull up and be like, I mean, there probably is. I'm correct me wrong,
There
but
are, and look, and not to be like, not to try to be like, but yeah, the Hispanics that live here and
yeah,
tend to be in construction. That just happens to be the case, or they're in maintenance and stuff like that. I'm sure there are other people
yeah. I
from,
mean,
you know,
100%. It's kind of
but
far.
I haven't really
If you're
seen
coming
that.
from, let's say you're from South or Latin America, it's hard. I mean, I don't know why you would even fucking consider going to the South. You know, maybe
Yeah, I
Texas,
mean,
obviously, but
you're already escaping some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you
100%.
go
Not
into, I
for real,
mean,
bro.
look, they may come
Or
over
you want to
now
be as
because
far
they
from
all
the
went to
border as
Texas.
possible, you know? You know what I'm saying? Seriously, I would too. I wouldn't want to be close where they could deport my ass off the bat. That's
So
another thing, dude. And
that's a
since
good
we're on this
point.
topic, well, we'll get into that in one second. I just wanted to mention
Or
this.
North
This is
Dakota,
literally
maybe
my
North
favorite
Dakota
picture
to
ever.
Missouri or something.
For
You
those
know?
who know me, everybody, this is my favorite picture ever. It is one of my favorite restaurants. My favorite rapper of all time, The Game, Jayceon Taylor, my boy, rocking on Lakers, my favorite team. My favorite designer brand, Louis Vuitton. You got top 5 favorite rappers, Logic. Fuck you for thinking he's corny. He's a lyricist and he's doing his thing. I
Who the
support
fuck
you,
said
Bobby.
he's corny, bro? Anyone
A lot
he's
of people
corny?
say he's corny, but he's awesome to me. I love him.
That's he's corny.
Experimental, love him. He doesn't give a shit. And yeah, this is like super LA, by the way. This photo's so LA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but yeah, this is dope. This is dope. Shout out to Logic and Game. Love y'all both. But dude, so back on this border topic. You got, say I came to make a better life for myself, you know, maybe I'm a rapist, maybe I'm this and that.
maybe there's
That'll be my label automatically, right?
You don't know.
I'm a rapist anarchist. I'm coming to make a better life for my family, but I'm still doing that bad shit. Jokes aside, seriously, I would want to be as far from the border as possible, bro. I don't want to be easily accessible to border patrol or ICE where they could come and deport my ass for who knows why, who knows what reason, whatever it is, just because they want to be dicks. But my thing is, I've never met a harder worker than a legal immigrant. You know, most of them are the most hardworking people, take the shitty jobs that we don't want. And then you got fucking white people bitching and complaining about, oh, they come in the country, steal all our jobs. I'm like, oh, really? Okay, do you want to go work and clean a fucking piss and shit bathroom to support who knows how big your family is? Go for it. Go for it, bro. No, but they're stealing all the jobs. I'm like, oh, you want to go work at a fucking shitty fast food restaurant for all your life? Work 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs maybe? Go do it, bro. Go do it. Oh, well, then don't fucking complain. You know, it's so heinous to me that these people bitch and complain about not having opportunities, support, whatever it is, yet all it is complaining. They don't back up anything. They just bitch, complain, and have no action involved ever. And that goes for a lot of people, no matter the race, you know, or situation. You have so many people bitching and complaining where, for instance, we could have done that shit. We could have bitched and complained and moaned. We graduated in class of Corona. Shout out, Jake. Thank you for that. And
I
that's
love
hilarious.
that. I've never heard of that before, but I love it.
Class of Corona. And we didn't bitch and complain. We just like, all right, we got our education from a great school. Shout out NYU, New York University. And we just kept pushing and staying headstrong, doing what we had to do and remaining patient. And then we finally, things come to fruition, you know, and this is how life is. Life is not gonna be, I guess the success in life rather is not going to be presented to you on a silver platter. You got to go out and get it. And you got to take it. Absolutely, bro. And I think, you both do a good job with that. A lot of people that we surround ourselves do a good job with that. And I think that also goes to speak. Absolutely. Hit it on the head. Surround yourself by people that are going to support you, that you're able to support, and maybe you can support each other and do something together. And like we're doing with this podcast. And I think that's great. But I want to talk about, for instance, Texas, man. What are your thoughts on the fucking whole iceberg, ice age going on in Texas right now?
Ice age. What is it? 6? How many Ice Age movies?
I think there's been 4. I've seen. The last one I saw was they had the pirate ship.
Yeah,
Continental
I haven't
Drift,
seen the most recent. I remember seeing the first 2, and they were good, but they just kind of fall off.
I love the little squirrel chipmunk motherfucker.
That motherfucker.
I was trying to get his acorn. Yeah.
The beginning and the end of every movie. bro. That's how you know it's Ice Age, because
it's iconic, 100%.
It is iconic. Yeah, look, I mean, I feel, and we were talking about this earlier, I feel for the people there, you know, they're going through hell. I mean, let's be completely honest, they have no power. Their resources are diminished, dwindling. They don't have clean water or any water. It's an absolute shithole. Like, it's just terrible for them right now, from what I can assume. I don't have any family members there right now. I've heard of some things. I've seen some stuff online. They're obviously, the communities are trying to work together to try to help each other out through this. You're seeing a lot of blaming from those in charge, a lot of noise, this, that, and the third, a lot of people leaving their posts. You know what I mean? When their community and their constituents are struggling. I think the sad part about it is that at the end of the day, you know, these things can happen. This is, you know, there's a lot of, we're going to talk about, I'm sure there's going to be discussions about global warming, climate change. Where does that come in? You know, how does Texas have a snowstorm like this? How is that even possible? I think that's a discussion that needs to be had, and I think it needs to be discussed after this. Right now, they just need help, though. They need to get their grid back. They need some kind of order where the governments are working together. This is the time for federal government to get involved and assist, just like in a hurricane, just like in any national disaster. You've got to go in there and help people. But you're seeing it. You're seeing a lot of people in power there. Whoever's watching the show, whatever your politics are, you know, when somebody who represents you says, well, you know, let the strongest survive and the weakest won't, it has nothing to do about whether you have money,
Darwin,
this, that, and the third. All it has to do is there's people that are literally dying because they don't have AC, they don't have power in their houses, they don't have water to drink, they have nowhere to go. There's stories of people living in their cars. Like, there's just so much crazy shit. And to just say those kind of words, and that's how you want to represent your community, to me, that's sad. It's disappointing. And then you've got other individuals that are just trying to play the blame game. And I think that's really what I feel bad about for those people. And to your earlier conversation on kind of, you know, obviously Texas has a very big Hispanic population. And I think, you know, it's important that we realize that these communities are not, I always hated it when people would kind of get into, oh, so how do we go and get the Hispanic vote? We must talk about immigration. These people work jobs. They care about jobs. They care about enterprise. They care about wages. They care about the economy. They care about straightforward shit, just like that white guy, just like that black man, black woman, that family. And the more we divide people based on race and ethnicity, and so they're Indian, so they're gonna like this. Oh, they're this, so they're gonna like that. Just, I think at the end of the day, you'll realize, and I think we're all realizing it, is that there's so much that we have in common. That those basic water,
we all
food,
want the same thing at the end of the day.
Yes, exactly. And so I think that's what we need to be focusing on and we're going to need we need some leadership that's bringing the country together, that brings different backgrounds together. Like you were talking about, there is obviously a viewpoint that, you know, maybe immigrants are taking jobs. Now, I happen to be someone who's in between on that issue in regards of immigration. Like, I think we need to have a very robust immigration system. We need to make sure that there is enforcement. I don't like ICE and the way they're handling it, but we do need to have enforcement at the border. We need to have a legal system of people coming through. I think that's all completely valid, and I'm not for mass immigration. At the same time, we have to communicate that these jobs are going because of outsourcing or automation. We've got to just continuously communicate it and penetrate that through the noise of the media echo chambers from one media source to the other. We just got to continue to push the reality of the situation so that we can bring people together, so that they're not finding people to blame, but instead we're picking people up and we're actually challenging the powers that be and looking at real problems and solutions. But that's kind of where I'm at when I think of Texas. Like, I think of a state that represents America. It does represent America in diversity, in age group. I mean, you got a lot of young people there, and you also got a lot of seniors. Culture, there's a lot of economy. It's a very mixed economy. I think it represents, you know, a lot of what America's about. And it's sad that they're going through that on top of the pandemic, right?
It's funny, dude, because I mean, it's just, okay, how am I gonna say this? So we lived in New York and we lived on the East Coast, and it was fine and dandy with the snowstorms and everything like that. And as much as it sucks to be in the situation in Texas that people are having to deal with these things, having no food, no power, no electricity, whatever it is, you know, I mentioned it earlier, but it's really hard to. I mean, this doesn't go for everybody, obviously, but I think it all stems to the people you put in power, and the people they put in power are people that clearly took a ton of things for granted. First of all, you had an awful hurricane in Houston, and that was inevitable. It was inevitable.
Yeah.
It's face facts. They built this entire city on a fucking basin that is susceptible to mass flooding.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna fucking happen. You got global warming, bro. You got all this shit, environmental factors that are unavoidable. It's gonna happen, and it did happen. And it sucked that it happened, and it was super sad to hear about all the people that got injured, lost members of the family, lives lost homes, there's a lot of loss involved. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And then you have this situation where people are freezing, people are in their house with 50 degrees in their house. That's pretty insane. And they're no electricity, no water, no power, no whatever it is. That also sucks. But like, again, it goes back to being prepared, and they clearly weren't prepared for a lot of things that have happened to them in recent years.
Yep.
And it was also funny. I love this. I saw, well, my dad showed me this, but a guy and his wife, you know, obviously the power's out, so you can't have your food in a fridge. So they said, fuck it. And they put the shit outside, and and it's fresh. It kept fresh. It was good. It was good to go. And how crazy is that? That's innovative
crazy
to me.
That is
think on
innovative.
your feet, a little survival tactic there. And I think everyone should do that right now. If you're listening, people from Texas, definitely hop on that. And next week they're going to be out of it, though. It's going to heat up. I actually just checked the weather.
It
So
should
that'll
be good by the weekend,
by
right?
the weekend,
like Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, they're going to be in the 40s, 50s, so that should be good. 60s even, I think I saw. Next week 70 is going to be nice. Probably people are going to be ecstatic to go outside.
Yeah.
But again, this goes to a lot of things: being prepared, being on your feet, thinking ahead, living in the present, but also thinking to the future, and always preparing yourself for things. And another thing with Texas I want to hit on, dude, is the sports. The sports are going down the shitter right now. They already are about to lose Deshaun Watson, their franchise quarterback for Houston Texans. JJ Watt's a free agent.
Come to Papa. Come to Papa. Come to Carolina.
Carolina, yeah. That could be
You're
solid,
hearing it
dude.
now. You're hearing it. It's buzzing.
It is buzzing. It's
ESPN
buzzing like the Hornets, dude. Yeah, I think that. I mean, I think the Steelers would be his best fit just because JJ. I mean, his TJ is there.
You mean you're talking about JJ? Yeah.
JJ Watt. Deshaun though, yeah, Carolina would be. I think they have the most to give up. You guys have the most. Carolina has the most to give up. They have a solid quarterback, high draft pick.
Yeah.
You guys, whatever it is you want to give up, I think it'll work. Because obviously I want him to go to the Patriots, which is not going to happen. But I don't know what the Patriots are even going to do, dude. I'm really in this limbo mindset right now where it's just really, it's really weird because I'm so used to winning with all my teams. This is kind of how the Lakers were. I mean, not as bad, obviously, but Lakers for 7 years, we didn't have shit, bro. We had a starting lineup. For those of you who may or may not remember, we had this starting lineup. I believe it was Kendall Marshall out of the league. You had Jordan Hill out of the league, Robert Sacre out of the league, and fucking was it Wesley Matthews? One of them, I think it was Wes Matthews, and that was our starting. Was that four? Oh yeah, and then some other fucker as our fifth. I think he was small forward. Who was it? Some fucking ass. I don't even know who it was. Some trash player. And I mean, you're in the NBA, you're not trash. Starting for the Los Angeles Lakers, you're not trash. But in the grand scheme of things, that's the shittiest lineup I think they've ever had in the history.
Yeah.
Not the Lakers, but the NBA. That is a fucking horrible lineup, bro.
Yeah.
That is trash. So I had to deal with that. And I had to deal with thinking like, damn, the NBA is nothing, dude. I don't really give a shit. And that was the whole LeBron Heat era. That was the LeBron Cavs, Warriors. And that's why, I mean, I always diehard Laker fan, but people are like, oh, you hopped on the Warriors bandwagon telling me this shit. I'm like, first of all, that's false because I always fucked with the Warriors. Back in the day, they had Run TMC was lit. Then they had fucking Baron Davis, Matty Barnes, Steven Jackson. That team was sick. dude. That's
Yeah.
I think Ellis was on that squad.
Yeah, Monte Ellis was
team,
on that squad.
Yeah, that team was super lit, dude. They were a really good team. So I liked them back then, and then when they got Steph, Clay, and Draymond, that was like such a cool team because a lot of times it's such an isolation type of offense that teams like to run, where it was like give it to the superstar and have them run the show.
Yep.
Rely on him, and they fucking
yeah.
shared the rock, dude. They had an offense. They were like a college team on steroids.
Yep.
Basically, so they passed it. It was like nobody was that individual. Obviously, Curry, unanimous MVP because he's Steph and he's great, and that's what you should do. But he was able to do it with ease because of the team and the way they played together. And that just shows that that team was so dynastic and one of a kind in its own right. Top 5 all time for sure. I mean, they were 75 and 7 or whatever they were. 74 and 8, 74 and 8, something like that.
No, I think it was 72 and 9.
73 and 9.
Yeah, if I can recall. Because they didn't.
73
they
and 9,
had the best record of all time. It used to be the Bulls had it at 72, right? 72 wins, 72 and 10.
Something like that.
And then they beat it by one game, if I'm not mistaken, to 73. But that was a crazy squad. I mean, that was with the KD, you know.
Yeah, dude. And then they added KD next year. That was fucking insane.
Yeah.
And then one thing that's really, really crazy is that the Lakers, I think this was in the 80s, maybe 70s, before that, 60s, I don't know. Sometime in the Lakers franchise history, they have the record, and they set the record for hiccups, man. Most consecutive wins, yeah. So it was 33. No one's gonna beat that. That's insane. 33 games in a row. And I'm curious to ask you, dude, what are your thoughts on the Utah Jazz this season? They're sitting at 24 and 5, top of the West.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on their team?
I think they have a really good shot. I do. I think they're a sleeper, and they're still a dark horse because people are underrating them. I think Donovan Mitchell has that gene. He's got the clutch gene. I think it's with him. I think you can sometimes just see it with players that they get in the perfect situation and things work out. I think Rudy Gobert has a lot to make up for. Last season didn't end well for him, obviously, with the whole Corona shit. And he's just trying to. And look, the guys that he's from France. He's a star. He's a great athlete, a great player. But he's got a lot of shit to make up now. And their head coach, I believe, was it Snyder, right? He's got a lot to deal with too, because he's got a good team, getting to the playoffs, not winning any games, like getting out of the first round. So they've got a lot to work on there. Right now they're 1, right? I think they're how many games up? 26 and something. Like they're winning games. They're
24 and 5 right now.
24 and 5. Okay. Yeah. So they're 1. I don't see them staying at 1, but I see them in the top 2. I think 1 or 2 at the end of the season. I think with the Lakers injury with Anthony Davis, I think that could hurt the Lakers in the short term for the next month. And so then the Jazz can get to a position where I can see them with like a 4 or 5 game lead at that point, and then they go in with a 1 seed. But I think they have a real shot.
Yeah, for sure. Don't count them out. But my opinion personally, I think they're the Denver of last year, where they're just like.
That's a good thing.
They have a good team. It is a good team to be, and maybe Miami even of last year, you could say that. But they're definitely a good team. Don't get me wrong. I think. I mean, who knows, really? And that's another thing. Another factor you got to think about is the whole having no fans in arenas. Utah happens to have fans, so I think that if they do have that number 1 seed, that home court advantage is going to come into play big time because the Lakers don't have fans. But the Lakers don't really give a shit. They've lost only 1. No. Were they 5? They lost 2 or 3 games on the road, and they kind of not playing that great at home, which is weird. But they're second in the West. They really haven't tried in any game this whole year. I've watched all the games. They haven't given a shit.
Yeah.
And they have all these comebacks. It's like, oh, fuck it, fourth quarter, all right, let's come back from 15 down and just win by maybe 4, whatever it is. And then they have 3 straight overtime games, which is a concern to me because LeBron's playing a lot of minutes, carrying a lot of load. But I mean, he's like a superhuman.
They got to figure it out the next month. They've got to find a way.
Yeah, they got to get a backup center.
Get him in games where they make a decision, either games where you think you can win or not, and just have them play. And if you think you're going up against like the Nets or the Jazz, maybe you sit them. Like you got to play it out.
I think you should play him every game that he's available. It's just don't play him as many minutes.
That's what I mean. Yeah, not as many minutes.
For sure. Yeah, don't completely pull a KD, Kyrie pussy shit or
Yeah.
Kawhi where they sit out.
That can ruin the team's dynamic, and there's no way.
You gotta keep
So-
fresh, man. Practice can only do so much. You gotta have that game chemistry where you know your players, know your teammates, know their spots, know whatever the offense does to make it all flow together.
Yeah.
And I think the AD, his injury is that this was one of the fears I had when we got him is the fact that he's a fragile man. He's very fragile. He's a pussy. He gets hit and he's like dying on the court.
Yeah.
It's like he needs to toughen up a little bit. I think also his mentality needs to be more of that go-getter. I'm the dog. I'm the alpha. I'm gonna fucking shit on everybody who comes near me. I am the man, and he is the man without that. But I think that if he does have that factor, added to his arsenal, he's gonna be even more unstoppable than he already is. And I heard this thing. I don't know what your thoughts on this are, but they were saying that okay, AD is injured right now, whatever. LeBron has 2 years left on his contract. So when his contract ends up, is he gonna retire or not? And then AD, I think, has the next year after that, and his is up or something like that, or he has an opt out. So is AD gonna stay? Is this like a AD and LeBron thing where AD goes out with LeBron, AD dips another team? So my thing is the Lakers really have to keep that in mind, and they have to add another piece before LeBron retires or dips or whatever to keep AD engaged with the team. And obviously we're building, AD's not even 30 yet, and we're trying to have him be the face of the franchise when LeBron dips out. And that's my thing is like has not shown me that he could be the face of the franchise and that leader that brings that team along his train.
I agree.
And carries him on the back. And
I don't think he's there. I think the problem is, I think without AD, I do see a worry for the Lakers. I do see a worry because I've seen them play without AD. And that's worrisome to me. I know LeBron will do his part, but will everyone else be able to pick it up? And that's the question. So they're going to need AD, or you have a situation where I could see a Jazz, a Nuggets make it to the finals. I don't think the Clippers, but
fuck the Clippers.
Fuck the Clippers. But I don't foresee that happening. And if it does happen, I actually think that the Lakers will find a way, because I think LeBron is just in his element when he gets into the playoffs. But I think, like you were talking about, looking down the road, what do you do after this year? I think this year will be emblematic of something. You get to the finals, you got to win it. You win the finals, then you're in a better position to do things, I think. If you don't, then you've got to consider, okay, well, do we play for the next year and two only? And we just load the squad for 1 or 2 years. And then we just tell our fans, for 5 years, we're going to suck ass. Like there's a debate to be had. I think everyone would prefer that it's the former, that they essentially get it done this year. They realize, okay, this is a team that can, as formed, can win again. So we don't need to do too much in regards to bringing people over, and then you can start focusing on the future. I think that's what everyone wants to see happen.
Yeah, and I think it was smart that they signed Montrez and Shooter. Well, they still got to extend Shooter. He's already said he wants to resign, or get an extension. And they have those people locked up for another 2-3 years. So they're riding it out with LeBron, basically. Most people are, and even Kuzma he signed a 4-year, $80 million extension. So I think this is the time for Kuz to really show what's up.
He has to.
AD's out. He's gonna get more minutes. He needs to show what's up, and he's been playing good this year. People hate on him way too much. He's had numerous double doubles. He plays really good defense now, and he's just stepping up, bro. And I think he's really kind of meshed and molded into his role, where he's not the star. He doesn't need to be the star, but he needs to do what needs to be done for his particular role and position. And that really reminds me of the whole Patriot way: do your job and get the shit done, and everything will click. We're a machine. This machine just keeps chucking and chucking and chucking and chucking, and it's gonna be good.
And if you're the Lakers, I would advise to accumulate some draft capital and get prepared for the next star free agent that gets pissed off. Get prepared for the next Deshaun Watson, the next Anthony.
They gotta get Bradley Beal, bro.
Get prepared. The Donovan Mitchell. Is it Dame? It's like, this is gonna happen. Somebody's gonna get upset. I thought it was gonna be Giannis, but Giannis is too nice of a guy. But somebody's gonna get upset. Bradley Beal. I think he's a dog. I think Bradley Beal goes to a Lakers team with Anthony Davis. I think he can take him I think he can go to the finals.
Yeah, 100%.
I think 100%. You get a guy like that, a star player who's pissed off in his prime. I think that's the move after LeBron. LeBron's going to play 1 year with his son anyways.
Yeah, he will, for sure, Bronny. And that's a new documentary. You see that? They're following on Amazon. They're
Yeah.
Maverick Carter and LeBron starting
Mhm.
executively producing the show, where they're following Sierra Canyon, which is Zaire Wade, Bronny James, and like top prospects in the whole country, high school, which is insane. Like high school basketball, even when I was playing, we had, for football too, max preps. We had local things. There was, scout leagues and this and that. That was for baseball and basketball. But now they have fucking Amazon shows. They have, like, my company that I work for, Overtime. We follow all these high school athletes and put them out there in the spotlight. And I wish I had that when I played, because it was so hard. Well, it's not that hard, but it was much harder to get notoriety back in the day.
Yeah.
And if you did have the notoriety, you were automatically the man, even though if you weren't that good. And that was the shitty part about it, because now I feel like the people that did have the notoriety back then weren't as exposed to their game, whereas now you really have to be a fucking hooper or a baller or a baseballer. I say baller for football, but to really hold down your own, to hold it down for yourself, and to be in that spotlight. And you can't just be Joe fucking Blow out here that is blown up but is actually a shitty fucking player. And that was a lot of the times I had friends like, oh yeah, I got invited to this invitational fucking tryout bullshit. Like, bro, you fucking suck. What? Like, not to hate, but speaking facts. Like, you can't even you struck out like 5 times in a row, dog. Sit the fuck down on the bench. Fuck.
So
I don't think I've ever done that in my life.
Where do you think the free agents are going? Like Deshaun, JJ, and well, I mean, obviously Carson just went.
JJ's gonna go. If he goes to the Browns, that'd be fucking lame. I think he's gonna go to Pittsburgh. Maybe dark horse is Belichick, pull something out of his ass.
Yeah, he'll find a way.
I doubt it. Deshaun. Well, we got Wentz to the Colts.
Yes. Which is
good to me. I think he's gonna do well with them personally, because they have the best line in the league. One of the
they have a great offensive line, bro. Great,
they have a stud at Jonathan Taylor.
He can't complain.
I.G. Hines is still good too. They have Michael Pittman, who's my dog.
They have a great team.
Fight on. Really good team.
They just need the quarterback.
Made the playoffs. Yeah, they need a quarterback, and Philip did what he has to do. And I think that I don't think he could do worse than Philip Rivers. Put it that way.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
I see that. I agree with you. I think it all depends on how Carson Wentz and Frank Reich, work back together.
Yes, 100%. That's very, very true.
JJ sleeper, Kansas City. I think that's a possibility.
Yeah.
I think if they had
Tampa
money
too.
there, you could see. I could see. I think the only reason he wouldn't go to Tampa is knowing JJ Watt is an unreal competitor. And I think he inside wants to go to a team like, Steelers maybe, but a team that is at the top of the league, like Green Bay, Chiefs, Buffalo is another one. I think Buffalo is very likely, where he can be like, I went to a really good team that just didn't have it yet, and I brought him over the top. I'm the reason they won the Super Bowl. That's
Arizona, man. DeAndre's recruiting him already.
Yeah. I feel like if you're recruiting, if I'll be recruiting a fellow like teammate, bro, I ain't getting online. I ain't getting on Twitter. I ain't doing it on social.
Yeah, do it on the low.
I'm talking to him every day, asking him, what you eating for breakfast? How you doing? That's that shit. Get off fucking social media. He's going to Arizona, I don't think, bro. Because it's shit like that. And I mean, I'm sure they're boys, and DeAndre Hopkins is a dog and all that, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But, like, I think when it comes down to it, like, he's probably going to pick, like, a Wisconsin, like, go back home or be with his brother in Pittsburgh, right? So, something like that. And I'm hoping to God, Deshaun, Carolina. But I'm starting to think the most likely situation is that if he does come to Carolina, is we have to give up Christian McCaffrey in that trade. And the question is,
that's what they're saying?
That's what they're saying. They're saying 3 first-round picks.
Dude, are you kidding me? Dude.
Let me tell you personally what I think about that. I actually think it would – I know a lot of people say, well, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. But I think –
drafts Justin Fields, bro.
No, I think – and I like Justin Fields a lot. But Deshaun Watson is Deshaun Watson. He's a top 5 quarterback. And, if you get that on the team – and yes, Christian McCaffrey's – I would prefer if they had to give up Christian McCaffrey, they gave Christian McCaffrey up and 1 first-round pick, nothing more than that.
Would you get David Johnson in return too?
Dude, that's a good question.
I would take him.
That's a good question. I hope we get him. If we get Deshaun, we got to keep Christian McCaffrey, but that isn't guaranteed. Because then
you guys will be stupid lit, bro. Fucking DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. Curtis Samuel's free agent. I hope we get him. I want the Patriots to get him. He's good. That guy's very underrated, but great receiver. But Dude, Deshaun and McCaffrey just without
To be
anybody.
fired.
That's
I mean,
insane.
I think they'd be guaranteed second round of the playoffs. Guaranteed. And the defense stepping up. I mean, I can see that.
Wild card.
I can
though,
see that team making noise.
they-
I can see
they
that
gotta-
team making noise.
New Orleans won't be as good. I mean, who knows, man? Who are they gonna fucking have? What if New Orleans gets Deshaun?
They don't have anything to give up, though. They have nothing to give up at this point.
Yeah, I guess.
They don't want
that's true.
Jameis. They don't want, I mean, they're not going to want that. They're going to want Kamara
Taysom
and
Hill, bro, is gonna
and
be their
first
fucking
round
quarterback.
pick, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, Taysom Hill's gonna be a cheat code for fantasy next year if he's the starter.
we'll
Gonna
see.
be like Lamar, probably. But
Yeah.
you can't. It's Taysom Hill, really?
Yeah, bro. I don't know about all that, bro.
It kind of sounds dumb to me. But then you still got Tampa Bay, dude, the reigning
Tampa
champs
Bay.
in their division.
That's
In
why
Atlanta, who knows what the hell is gonna happen with Atlanta? That's the thing. Every year,
Justin could go there. Justin Fields. I mean, that's a possibility.
yeah, true.
I'd like
Atlanta's
to
Matty
go
Ice.
get
I
Justin.
think that I'd take Matty Ice on the Patriots for sure. I'd be down with that. Get a vet
Good
quarterback in there. Get your team competitive.
Yeah.
I hope to God we don't get fucking Cam Newton back. That would piss me
I
off.
don't think that's gonna happen, bro.
I'd rather take Fitzmagic than.
I think it's
fucking
over.
Cam.
I think it's over for Cam, and I love him to death. I have a blanket downstairs dedicated to that fool. I love him to death. He's one of my favorite athletes of all time. He always will be. But that fool destroyed his career, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It wasn't a personal thing. It wasn't personal mistakes. It wasn't off the field. I mean, it sucks. Like Antonio Brown off the field is a jackass. He comes and wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Cam Newton, he smokes a cigar. That's the worst thing he's done off the field. I mean, that to me is the thing, right? I think it just comes down to his body's deteriorating, and that's it. And he can't do anything about it. And that sucks.
Yeah, his arm is dude. I can't even. When he throws the ball more than 10 yards, I'm like, what the fuck is
Man,
happening?
how do you do that shit, bro?
You see how he throws? It's so bad.
It's
It's
bad.
awful. And
No
and
footwork.
one thing I will blame him for is he never learned how to have presence in the pocket.
100%.
His
And
footwork
footwork. His footwork sucks.
Oh my God, dude.
He's throwing from his core and his shoulder. Like he's not throwing from his lower
No,
extremity.
he's not.
to
That's
get-
why
to
he got
get the
hurt so
power.
much. Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's why he kept on throwing inaccurate passes that got picked off. Right. So it's sad. Look, he's not a bust, but he's underachieved first round pick.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there was this crazy stat that came out that every quarterback drafted between 2009 and 2016 in the first round is no longer with the same team. Can you believe that? 2016 is only 5 years ago. Every quarterback
shows the lifespan of NFL players so low compared to other sports, which is nuts. And Cam's situation, which is kind of crazy. He was, I think, the third or top three for sure leader in rushing touchdowns scored last year, which is kind of crazy to think about. Because in red zone, we just said, fuck it, we run it in.
That's what we did
Hope
too.
for the
We did the
best.
same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I hope we don't get him back, I had high hopes in the first 3 games, and then I was like, all right.
Then it went downhill, bro.
Then we had, and that's another thing that people don't realize with the past last year, we finished 7-9. Probably should have been at least 9-7, but we should have won at least 2 of the games we lost, but even more that we lost at like last second drives, whatever it was. But we had 9 opt-outs, all starters: Patrick Chung, Donta Hightower, one of our guards or tackles, and like we had a lot of opt-outs. And then we also receiver, we picked him Marquise Lee, who I was hyped for because I'm a Trojan USC fan. But we had a lot of opt-outs and key positions. And then on top of that, we had a whole COVID pandemic within the team. Fucked up the whole. We were on a roll after that Seahawks game. We almost won. We should have won. Fucked that up, but whatever. That was like, okay, giving me some hopes for the season. And then the pandemic and the team hit, and it was downhill from there, dude. It was inconsistency throughout the year, and that's why 7-9. Because you win 1, lose 1, lose 2, win 2, whatever it was. You never could get on a roll, and that's just the reality of what it was. And I finally, for the first time in pretty much all my entire life, felt a losing season with the fucking Patriots in football, which is nuts, dude. But I wouldn't be mad if Deshaun goes to Carolina, because I support your squad, bro. I think that'd be a great fit. Him and C-Mac would be sick. But yeah, dude, I think that'd be dope. It's really excited to see what happens. But yeah, bro. I had a good day today. You have a good day today?
I had a good day, bro. Long ass fucking day, but I'm glad tomorrow's Friday. So
Friday. Oh, I just want to give a shout out to a couple people. Yesterday, shout out to DeAndre Carter, my boy. His birthday was yesterday, and shout out to Brandon Ramirez, B-Lim. Check out his nightclub in Atlanta, Sanctuary in Buckhead, Atlanta. Hit it up.
Shout out to my brother
Open-
too. It's his birthday. Yes.
Shout out
I realized
to
that him and
Nick.
DeAndre.
Oh my God, that's crazy. They share the same birthday. Shout out to your boy and all the boys, and then my mama next Monday. Shout out to my mama. Love you, mama. Mama Obama lo sama de dama. Lama dama lama. No drama. Keep going, but it's fine. Anyway, dude. Yeah, I think that's good for the day, bro. Had a good time.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of cool shit, bro. A lot of things
cool
going
shit,
on.
Always cool shit, bro. Always cool shit. Stay with the cool shit, bro.
Yeah.
Only cool shit, bro. See?
Only cool shit, bro. Only
doing the cool motherfucking shit up in here. But yeah, dude, I was happy to have Jake on, dude. That was crazy because I haven't seen him in a while.
He's a cool guy, man. I love the energy, bro. I was probably that might have been I think the most productive, but also the most interesting interview we've done so far. And we've had some really, really cool people on here. But I personally like the way that he kind of like, he takes things very lightly. He really got into it and like some of the intricacies of some of the, the ways in which social media works, things that, even people like us don't know. And I think that that's really important.
Absolutely, bro. I've said it better myself. And I think that everyone doing their own thing in life, just keep going for it. Shoot for stars, aim for the moon. Hashtag pop smoke. Shout out to you. Rest in peace. And also, everybody, next week, this is gonna be me and T, no guests, because we want to bring you a little special episode, a little something. We got special cooking up for you. God, here it comes. Cooking up for y'all. Put that shit in the pot, Steph Curry, McFlurry, make it twirl, make it whirl, make it win, make it spin. Yes, sir. That's what's up. I'm so too much today. But anyway, everybody, like, subscribe, follow, shout out, spread it word of mouth. Fucking write an email, blog post. I don't know what the fuck you guys do nowadays. Bring LinkedIn, everything, MySpace, bring it back like we talked about. AIM was the one I wanted to talk about. AOL Instant Messaging. AIM was my shit in middle school. Anyway, if you remember AIM, DM, email me, hit me up, whatever. I'll give you something special. But like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. And if you want more details on Jake, more details on us, always check the comment section, check the description, all that good stuff. And thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Peace in the Middle East.
Happy almost Friday. Peace in the Middle East. And one, was this 4 love? 2, peace, love, whatever. 4 love. 4 love for you.
2 kisses. There you
go. Frenchies. All right, bro. Peace, dog.